Hello everyone and welcome to my morning report on Wednesday the 15th of March with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handset Markets. It is Fed Day and we've got a slightly cautious positive open on the European trading front. In European markets, the FTSE index around about 0.5% higher, nothing too significant, but you generally find that you'll see a fairly subdued sort of outlook on these markets in front of the Fed due to the caution that comes with the uncertainty of the decision that is coming out. Certainly there's no rate hike expected today. However, you can certainly be looking towards the dot plots to give you forward guidance, and also Yellen's press conference as well to see what sort of rhetoric she comes out with. So lots to still take from this Fed meeting today. Setting us up probably for the rest of the year, whether we get one or maybe two rate hikes more this year. So a very interesting meeting I think it will be. Now obviously that is dominating proceedings today, but there is a significant amount of other data that we've got to look out for today. Let me just get it going. First of all, 9:30, you've got the UK unemployment data. Forecast to come in at 5.1% on the headline, so no real change there. And also forecast to slightly tick higher actually on the average weekly earnings ex bonuses to 2.1%. So that would be sort of supportive, you'd think, for sterling. But there's a lot of data in the afternoon also for the States. You've got the core, you've got inflation CPI data for the States, and the core data is expected to come in at 2.2% again. So that would be remaining positive after this improvement that we've seen recently. You've also got industrial production for the US expected to come in at negative 0.3% for the month, and also capacity utilization, if I can get my words out, expected to dip very slightly back from that improvement last month. It's expected to dip slightly back to 76.9. And you've also got the EIA oil stocks, which again forecast to show an oil inventory build of 3.5 million barrels. But certainly the Fed is the main focus for the day for these markets, and I think the positioning will be very interesting in front of that. Now you've got the chart of the day, which today is dollar loonie. And this dollar loonie is still linked to the oil price, and the oil price a couple of days in a row has started to fall away, and certainly that has helped to drive this correction in the Canadian dollar, which pulls dollar CAD higher. So you've seen this sort of broken downtrend here, and the support coming in, interestingly enough, 31.65 area. 31.70 was the breakdown target from this descending triangle. So that triangle pattern has been completed, and we're now starting to see a bit of support coming in. I still think this could be determinant on oil though. But in terms of the loonie itself, in terms of the technicals, you've got the improvement on the stochastics turning higher, looking to gain traction to the upside. You've also got the RSI, which very slight bull divergence, you can argue, there. And also the MACD lines looking to turn higher as well. So you're beginning to get the signs of a bit of a turnaround possibly. Again, that doesn't bode overly well for the oil price. So what you be looking out for is this hourly chart, which testing you've got some fairly sizable overhead resistance actually. 34.55 is where you get the proper resistance coming in. 4th and the 9th of March being the resistance there, but also you've got 134 figure, which is again the 10th and the 15th of March, two resistances there. So you've got these overhead resistance levels. So if you've got a move above 34 figure and then a move above 34.55, I think that would be a considerable turnaround on this dollar CAD. But certainly looking at this chart also, you're starting to see the momentum indicators turn a bit more positively configured. You've also got this pivot at 130. Sorry, just one more. 133.10. It's an interesting pivot there. So that is your support near term. And that's also around about where the moving averages come in, so it sort of adds to that support level. So 133.10, you could see, if you find that as being used as support, I think that could be a bit of a possible buying opportunity even, and it sort of does tie into the oil price, which has been sort of under a little bit of pressure in recent days and possibly topping out. So very interesting move there. So we will be having a bit of a watch, I think, on this dollar CAD chart. Because it's a very early stages of a possible turnaround, but some technical improvement still needs to be seen before you can see more confirmation of that move. But I would say keep an eye on this one. But we could have some volatility around this anyway on the Fed meeting, so it'll be an interesting one to watch from that regard as well. So I wish you good luck in your trading today on the Fed, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.